Hello, good morning, and sorry for the delay. Somehow technique surprises and blocks you when you want to go. Anyway, let's start. Swinging the arms from side to side, waking up the breath, the hips, let them crack. These simple things mainly work when you do them for a little bit. Enjoying the gentle shift of how your body feels. And relax it. Inhale, exhale, dropping, bouncing through the knees. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Nice. From there, let's move over the feet, waking up the foot soles, rolling from one side to the other. Flex the toes. And feel free to move your arms along to also add rolling through the back. All these kind of morning cracks, let them come out. And from there, reaching sideways. Exhaling. Keeping the back fairly straight. Other side and stretching through the side. Up and going to the second side first. Reaching forward, bending the knees. Take a big circle and coming up through the other side. And repeat. First side. Lengthen forward. And up. And second side. Reaching forward. And up. One last round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. From here, taking the hands together, interlace, stretching up, and taking some high circles for the spine, letting the hips move as well. And changing direction. And open the chest. And bringing the arms forward to let the torso come forward, and then moving the arms backwards. So you're creating a wave. And keep the ribs inwards position and pushing up and down the feet a few times. From there, drop the heels, floating the arms forward, landing the hands on the mat and step the feet out to the back. Walking through the toes, relax the head, stretching the calves. And from there, try to reach both heels down, sending the chest towards the feet. And on the next inhale, pushing up on the toes, bring the knees just over that mat, pressing the arms forward. And bring the knees down, stretch the hips backwards. Bring the hands closer together. The elbows are a little distant so you can feel the support. And shifting the hips from right to left. From here, coming forward, bring the forearms as wide as the shoulders. Hands next to each other, knees as wide as the hips. Tuck the toes and the hips upwards. And moving a few times forward and back. And then staying with the chest, pushing towards the feet, relaxing the neck. And making a mix of allowing space and activating by pushing through the forearms. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, walking the feet out to the back, coming into a low plank, and separate the forearms. Shifting forward and back. Bring the knees down and walk the hips backwards, lengthen. Separate the hands in front. Inhale, pushing up into a curve. And exhale, open the chest forward, drop the hips down. If you want, pressing through the feet. Inhale, pushing into a curve again and lengthen backwards. Repeating a few times, following the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, scooping in. Exhale, opening the chest. Inhale, scooping in. Exhale, reaching backwards. Try to move slow so you can feel more what you're doing, where you're doing it. Nice. Next time coming forward and rolling in the shoulders. Taking some circles. Letting the spine respond to that. And pushing up, pushing downwards, pushing the shoulders upwards, maximum. Pressing it in and relax it into the middle. From there, rolling, pushing through the hands, using the weight to make your hands work a little stronger. Peeling them off with power. A few more times. Nice. From there, tuck the toes under in the back, walking towards the feet and bouncing backwards. Trying to send the heels further back, opening the base of the feet. And from there, pushing all the way into a squat, adjusting the feet if you want to relax the hips in the middle. And starting with dropping the head forward, breathing into the roundness of the back and shifting forward and back. Next, inhale, look forward, bring the hands to prayer in front of the heart. And lower the forearms if possible into one line. Trying to draw long, lengthening through the back of the neck. Looking down towards the fingers, pressing the knees inwards. And releasing the force. Step the feet, the hands out to the front, holding with the knees just over the mat. Squeeze the fingertips. Keep holding it there, not touching the floor with the knees. Let it be floating, working your core, stretching through the back of the neck, and then send the hips upwards, reaching the heels down. Inhale, come high on the toes, bring the shoulders forwards over the wrists, squeeze the fingers, and shift the line forward and back. And from there, bring the left knee down and turning the foot outwards so you can come onto the side on the left arm. Bring the hips forward as best as you can and take some big circles towards the back, opening the chest. Stretching, especially the diagonal, feeling the length between the foot and the arm. Creating a good support with your bottom hand. If you want, you can try intensify by taking the extended leg backwards and opening the chest more, taking a few breaths. And coming back, knees together, and freestyling, moving the back. And from there, sending the left leg out to the back, second leg, opening sideways, turning the foot outwards, and circling. If you want, going for the deepening, swing the foot backwards, pushing the hips further forward, dropping the chest open. And coming back, nice and slow and controlled, enjoying each bit of your movements and freestyling, neutralizing the back. And from there, turning the hands around so the fingers are directed towards the knees, both of them shifting with the knees to the hands. Then it's easier. If you're ready for more challenge, you increase the distance and shift the weight backwards towards the feet. Relaxing the head and breathing. And one by one, stepping the hands back around. Give it a moment. It's quite intense if you look for your edge of waking everything up. From there, tuck the toes and sitting backwards. Whenever you need, you can flatten the feet if it's unbearable. From there, bring the arms up, catching the left elbow, and try to create some extra space on the shoulder and then pull it over, squeezing the head from the front side. Keep pushing the heels backwards to make it more bearable. And change, relaxing and taking the other elbow. And change one more time, a little less long for the sake of our toes. And change. And bring it down, hands forward, releasing the weight out of the toes, flatten them and moving to give a little massage. Wonderful. From there, dropping the right elbow down, left hand a bit forward. Inhale, relax everything. Exhale, pushing up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, pushing up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, push. And changing other sides. Relaxing on the inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale, relax. Exhale, push. Inhale, relax. Exhale, push. And stepping back to the hands, tucking the toes. Send the hips upwards. Inhale, shift the weight to the right foot. Send the left heel out to the back. Nice and parallel hips as it feels. Toes are downward, so don't open the hips yet. Exhale, come high on the toes. Bring the shoulders forward and hook the foot behind the heel. Squeeze the fingers. And second time, push it out. Exhale, coming forward. And third time, push it out. Exhale, forward. Fourth and last, inhale. And forward. From here, bring the knees down and stretching back in Balasana. And returning to the hands. Tuck the toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Reaching the second leg out to the back should be the right one. Again, don't open the hips. Keep it parallel as you can. The foot doesn't have to be super high. It stretches a lot the back side of your standing leg. Exhale, coming forward, hooking the foot behind, powering your supporting part of the body. Second time, push out. Exhale, forward. Third time, push out. Exhale, forward. And fourth and last, push out. Exhale, forward. And bring the knees together, stretching back. From here, coming towards the hands, tuck the toes, and walking the hands towards your feet. Shifting, nice and conscious. You can bend the knees if it serves you. You want to walk that far that the weight arrives all the way over the feet, taking hold of the elbows. And bend the knees on the inhale. On the exhale, send the hips upwards. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, send the hips. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, exhale, send the hips. And coming, like to do this time the core exercise before the back exercises, just to have a difference. And from there, bringing the hands backwards. So, opening the chest, and on the exhale, the hips upwards, looking towards the knees, and coming back down a few times. Pushing up, and pushing up, and coming down, and pushing up, and coming down. Sending the legs out to the front, flexing the feet, And try to roll up on the sit bones, bring the arms up and lengthen forward. Inhale, rolling backwards and back. Then bending the knees and coming up again through the hips. Lengthen, stretch the legs, lengthening forward and rolling backwards. As much as you can back, and then try to bring the knees and the hips back, releasing the chest backwards and starting again. Sometimes when I explore new combinations, excuse me that they're not always super clear explained at first. And pulling the knees, pulling the belly button, big circle. Rolling to the back, finding flat. Don't try to not have the muscles squeezing so much to the inside, but spread it out. And belly button to the back. And belly button knees, releasing the chest. Extend. Nice, and taking a moment to relax forward. From here, taking the legs back, pushing yourself towards the feet and stepping back to Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, send the left leg back. This time, open the hip. If you want, lift the heel of your standing leg. But if you want or don't, push through the arms as strong as you can to bring the energy come together in your center. From the foot all the way forward in between your hands and drop the back knee. Bring both hands on the knee and pushing down through the arms to scoop upwards, inwards. Looking down. You should feel it in the lengthening of the psoas. Inhale, looking forward and stretching up through the arms. Open the chest, pressing even more from the back foot, creating a nice big arch. And exhale, bring the hands to the inside of your foot, tuck your back toes, lifting the knee, create a strong line and shift forward and back. Find relaxation in that bent hip, but don't give away the strength. Feel the feet. From there, support your core and step back to Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Reaching the right leg out to the back, open the hip. Lift the standing leg heel if you want. Pushing strongly through the arms, as strong as you can. And then stepping the foot forward. Dropping the back knee. And walking both hands on top of the knee to push down. Drop the hips into that lengthening. Nice deep breaths. And with the next inhale, extending through the arms, arching, pressing in stronger through the back foot. And bring the arms to the inside of the leg. Tap the back toes, lift the back knee. Powerful line. And shifting. And from there, pushing back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. The toes, bring the shoulders forwards over the hands, squeeze the fingers, and shift the line forward and back. From here, drop the knees and send the hips backwards. Inhale, pushing up, bring the knees as wide as the hips. Send the left leg out to the back, open the hip. And on the exhale, dropping the knee inwards to the back side of your other leg. Crossing. Inhale. Send it out, open the hip, exhale. Drop it inwards down, mobilizing in the lower back sacrum area. Third time, send it out. Exhale, dropping it in. And fourth and last, send it out. And drop it in. And step it back center, taking the other leg. Send it out, open the hip. Exhale, drop the knee inwards to the back side of the other leg. Inhale, send it out. And drop the knee in. And send it out. Drop the knee in. Last time, inhale. And drop it in. Return the knees, tap the toes, and pushing back up. From there, stepping the left foot directly forward, both arms to the inside of the leg, and bending a bit through the arms, and try to stretch upwards. You can, to make it easier, you can drop the back knee if you wish, or taking some blocks. Next time when you bend, hopping the back foot closer by, drop the heel inwards down to connect, hook the shoulder with the knee and open sideways. If you want, you can relax the arm behind your back, finding an extra stretch. And reaching the arm back up. If it's down, step the hand down, come back on top of the toes, and opening the other side. And step back down, foot back, Adho Mukha. From there, big step forward with the right leg, immediately forward. And hands to the inside of the leg. Bending through the elbows as you can and exhale. Try extend the front leg. A few times. Inhale when you bend and exhale when you extend. Alright, from here, when next time when the knee is bent, hop the back foot closer by, connect the heel with the mat, nice and steady and opening sideways. Push that hip forward, push the ribs inwards, looking up. If you want, dropping the arm behind your back. And reaching the arm back up, lower it to the mat, lift the back heel, align the hips and pushing to the other side, opening. Allow yourself to open as much as you can. And coming back, stepping Adho Mukha. Inhale, push high on the toes, bring the shoulders forward, squeeze the fingers, and guide yourself all the way down if you want, dropping the knees first, and then bending the elbows straight to the back, trying to have the chest touch first. It's a really nice preparation to get stronger for Vinyasa yoga classes. From there, hands next to the chest, stretching through the feet. And inhale, roll the shoulders backwards, opening the chest, send the energy through the feet, and exhale down a few times, scooping inwards, using the elbows, using the movement of the shoulders. Use everything of your body, splitting up the effort, collaborating. Next one, last one, hold it a little longer, and then slide the forearms to the front and support yourself with the shoulders. Changing the focus, inhale, opening on the exhale, squeeze the ribs inwards, mobilizing the middle back. Inhale, opening, exhale, squeeze the ribs in. 2 more times. Try to keep the hips downwards. Nice. Relaxing and changing again. From here, bringing the right arm in front of the torso and the left arm behind the back, dropping the shoulder on top of the arm. You know that, people that have done this with me before. Bring the big toes together, drop the heels open to the side so the sacrum is relaxed, and if possible, looking the opposite direction of the extended arm. Inhale, looking straight down. Bring the arm from the back on top of the extended arm on the bottom. And then start lifting the arm, keeping the hip heavy. So you get a twist in the lower back first. Stretching through the feet, pushing through the arm. And then let the hip move, opening and sliding the top leg upwards to catch it with the hand. Looking towards the arm that extends. If you don't have so much space, you can place your hand on the shoulder. The most important is that you actually allow the ribs to drop. And coming back, bring the forearms on top of each other to roll through to the other side. Left way. And looking at the mat again, on the back, on top of the extended arm. From there, lifting, pushing through the bottom arm. Keep the hip heavy at first to not miss. And then let the hip move, sliding the knee upwards, catching, and breathing into the twist. You can always adjust a little bit the position where your shoulder has grounding, so you really feel that it arrives in the best possible area of your back, that you find that space. With elongation, not compression. It should feel pleasant of an opening. And coming back, forearms on top of each other. Rolling back. And from here, in, separating the feet if you need to, and pressing a little stronger down. If you can, lifting the elbows, walking a little closer, pressing stronger down from the cubic bone. Send the tail, so you don't want to just collapse into it. Chest open, core engaged. One more deep breath, the head right and left. And then bring the elbows down. Bring the hands next to the chest, tuck the toes. Look forward and walk the knees forward. Funny movement, bringing the hips upwards. And once you came to your maximum, pushing the hands straight forward to send the hips directly to the back on the exhale. And then you can flatten the toes, relaxing the forehead. Nice. From here, creating a home for your head with your hands. Do some rolling. And then from there, we can roll forward into the hands, rounding the back. And exhale, letting the hips drop backwards to release. Adjusting the distance of the knees if you need to. And exhale, rolling back forward. Stretching the back side of the neck. And repeat a few times back and forth. Massaging the crown of the head. The alternative version for Sirsasana on a morning. Nice. From there, coming back onto the hands. Enjoy the after effect of your shiatsu, head shiatsu. Stretching out to the front, tuck the toes and send the hips upwards for one final time before we proceed into seated position. Inhale, come high on the toes. Bring the shoulders forward, squeeze the fingers. Shift the line a few times forward and back. And then bring the knees down, find a way to come sit. Sending both legs out to the front. Taking the right leg upwards and taking the foot into the hands. Catching the ankle if it's possible for you. See if you can drop the knee away. If you have the space, wrap even deeper around the leg. And waving the leg. Befriend yourself with your foot. Give them a good morning greeting. Nice. From there, taking the outside of the right foot with the left hand. So the thumb is downwards. I don't know if you can see it like this. And from there, bring the right hand to the back and try to sit high, lengthening upwards to the crown of the head. And try to extend the leg and look backwards, dropping the leg into your arms to find even more rise from the sacrum. And coming back, bending the knee again, and placing the foot to the inside of your extended leg and pushing the knee gently downwards. And if you feel alright, reaching forward, catching the other foot. Now coming back and taking the leg back out, flex, and taking the other leg up, catching the ankle, and moving the hip, grabbing as deep as you can. Dropping that knee away. And then taking the right hand to the outside of the left foot, already directing the leg parallel, left hand to the back, and lengthen, sitting as high as you can from the sit bones, reaching up through the crown of the head and extending the leg forward. Looking backwards. And coming back. From there, taking the foot back in, bring it to the inside of your extended leg. And first using the hand to send the knee further down, befriending the mat. And from there, if you feel all right, reaching forward. And then coming back, actively send the foot out to the front, flexing, super power, activating the muscle just on top of the kneecap with the intense activity of your feet, flexing backwards. Nice. Just to get a little stronger there. Really good knee protector muscle. And from there, stepping the feet into a Baddha Konasana. And try to open your foot soles and bouncing the knees downwards. Sorry, my pant color is not really helping that. You see that, but maybe it's also nice to just like follow the idea and make it something. Probably everyone that watches that video knows Baddha Konasana anyway. From there, taking one knee up and over to the other one. Catching the ankle, sliding the foot towards the hip. And try to sink that hip downwards, dropping backwards, finding the lengthening for the quadriceps. If this goes fairly all right like this, you can step the other foot up to align the hips even more symmetric. And if you want, lowering onto the forearms. The most important is that you Try to work it from the hips upwards. Because you won't deepen the stretch if you don't move the hips into a better tilt and just hang backwards with the body. And coming back, dropping the knee, taking the other knee on top and swinging the legs elegantly to the other side. Catch the ankle, bring it backwards, and find your version of the quadriceps stretch. And coming back. Bring the legs one more time to Baddha Konasana. Bouncing down. And then send the legs upwards. You can bend them. Or if you can, try to stretch it out. They can also be lower. Nice. And then hugging the knees into the chest. Pull yourself nice and close, squeezing. Let's do some final rolls. Make sure you have enough support when you roll backwards. If you're not wanting to roll, you can do the preparation. Lengthening here and rounding to the maximum. Backwards and repeating. And if you are ready for rolling, then grab wherever you want and try to control that first bit when you arrive at the floor. Nice round, as round as possible to make it as smooth as possible. And holding the balance once you come back on the hips. Staying a bit longer on the shoulders if you want, when you want. And slowly land yourself on the back. Bring both feet up, give it a shake. And bring the right leg in front, left leg away, and cross to the inside. And then bend. From there, catching the knees, pull them close. If you want, catching the feet and play with dropping the knees away from the chest. Both directions are effective. If you have a particular intuition that one direction serves you better, you can give these more attention. And release it. Give another shake. And bring the left in front, right into the back. Cross. And drop. Catch the knees close. One side might feel different than the other. Just acknowledge the differences. Exploring both versions if you want. And stretch it back up. Bringing one more time the feet together, hugging around them, pushing the knees away. Like in Baddha Konasana, roll yourself up and rolling over the back, massaging the muscles of the back with your rolling. And if you want, stretch the legs one more time up towards the nose and then bring them down. Relaxing a few breaths in Shavasana. Letting gravity take you, letting the muscles relax. The quicker you enter that state, the better, because you're already starting to move again. Stretch yourself out with the arms up over the head. And then rolling through the side into a seated position. Gently crossing the legs. Resting the hands on the knees. Connect thumb and index finger. A few deep breaths, relaxing the ribs and acknowledging your current energetic vibrance. Invite yourself to an inner smile, acknowledging the value of the decision of dedicating time to your morning practice or afternoon practice, body, mind, harmonizing practice. And with the next inhale, bring your hands to prayer, giving consciously thanks to yourself. And let's sound one Om together to round it. Let your body sound. Don't work too hard. Inhale. One last deep inhalation. On the exhale, gently allow the eyes to open again. Namaste. Hope you're feeling great and ready for generating beautiful experiences. And see you next time. Thanks for joining.